Hey,
How are you?
what's up, beautiful?
Not much. How are you today?
I'm awesome.
Good. You're loud and clear. Did you get like a new headphone or something?
I got my old headphone back, but I'm at an internet cafe with tons of internet bandwidth.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, me too.
It's nice to hear you clear. Clear, clear.
You too.
Thank you.
You seem energized. It's almost like you went out dancing all night or
I
something.
did. It is kind of like that because that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I got to see my man. Oh my
Where's?
God, with the best tickets ever. Like, oh, it
Wait,
was amazing.
I thought that was me.
My other man,
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake.
Oh man. So good. It was amazing. It was the crowd. I haven't think I've ever been to a concert. The crowd was that wild. Like Portland loves Justin. It was crazy.
Portland loves Justin.
He even commented on it. He was like, "Wow." He's like, "This crowd is crazy."
All right, I gotta find out what happened to Louis,
I
cause
know. Did he get caught with someone else?
I don't know. No, I invited him. Hold on.
Okay.
Evan's chatting with me, and he's like, hang out on air and record, and I'm like, I am hanging out on air and recording. We just need Louis. uh,
Hmm.
well, what did you had some questions for Louis about his sales process?
Yeah, I'm really curious about the sales process. Like, do they cold call, HR
Yeah,
managers and whatever, or do they call in? And I'm kind of curious about the process of like what he wants with the landing page, like what's the purpose, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah. I wanted to know all that stuff too.
Yeah.
I'll try and re-invite him.
Okay.
Louis Trahan. I wonder how do you pronounce his name?
It,
Tra,
I don't know. Trahan? I think it's
Trahan.
Trahan. I don't know why I think that, but I do.
I think he's French Canadian, so it might be like Tron or something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I invited him a second or a third time.
Okay.
Um, I invited him 3 times. I'm gonna tell Evan because Evan's beside him. So,
Yeah.
and Evan's pretty good with Google Hangouts. Although I gotta be honest, I am not a huge fan of the Google Hangout experience. Hey, Louis is here.
Yay. Awesome.
Yes, I'm.
Yeah.
Well, it may not be the best choice to do. Um,
Are you moving around? It looks like you're moving around.
so
I feel like Skype is
yeah,
superior.
I know.
I'm trying to find a convenient to sit. Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. Yeah. So forgive me if I'm moving around a lot, but I've
That's
never
cool.
used a phone for this in my life. It just happened to start ringing in my pocket. I didn't even know this was possible. So hey, there we go.
Awesome.
Uh, Yeah, it may not be so often I have to hold the phone like this for the next half hour, but let's go. If it gets more comfortable, maybe I'll put the computer. All right. So what do we need to do? Who's starting? Who's running the meeting?
I'm running the meeting. But we're gonna
Okay.
go with Jen's questions first because she's been waiting on them, and I think they're really relevant.
Yeah, I'm just curious about your sales process, just in general. Like, how does it work? Do you guys cold call, HR managers and IT managers, or are they calling into you? Like, what's the overall process, and how do they go through?
All right. I'm going to answer that question. It's going to be long. Sorry.
That's okay. That's great.
Just because you need to understand the start. When we started Last Minute Training, we were all about filling a space that the training providers weren't filling, and that was search, Google search. So we were experts. I knew nothing about training.
Okay.
But I knew I wanted a web-based business, and I knew a lot about, because of my relationships, I knew a lot about search engine optimization.
Okay.
I would go so far as to say to you that of all the business owners you're ever going to meet, I probably, unless they're in SEO, I probably know as much as any of them, or more,
Okay.
about SEO, because that was my darling. Now my darling is SEM, and pay-per-click marketing, but anyway. So we've always been responsive, and so we've never had to have a salesperson. We've always just had people find us, call in, so it's always been inbound, which makes it really easy to serve and easy to refine your processes. A year and a half ago, Google, because search is so important to me, we actually went and hired two of the best search firms in Canada, the ones who do all the speaking at all the conferences, and because we didn't want any black hat techniques. But a year and a half ago, Google slapped a manual penalty on us because they didn't like our link building strategies. And we 16,000 links, and it took us almost a year to get the thing lifted.
Ouch.
And yeah, it's killed our traffic. So we used to have 12 to 14,000 people. Now we have 6 to 8 if we're lucky on a good month.
Ouch.
So because of that, we decided we had to start being more proactive in our marketing, and that's why I brought Rick on and Lorna on. And so now we have just started embarking on phoning traditional sales. It's questionable about whether it'll work or not. The thing with training is you have to be top of mind. It's one of those things that you don't think about until you're thinking about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lot of pre-planning. It's like, oh, I just had my review and now I need training, so let me go find it. And if you happen to be the training company they're thinking of, then you're likely to get the business. So we've started this calling so that we can continue calling, and we'll see how it goes. The other thing is prospecting new corporate clients, because I have a client of mine personally who makes up 20% of our business affected, and that's more of a traditional sales role where you're out there meeting people, digging. And I think that's where we're gonna. We're not institutionally knowledgeable enough about that process yet, so we're not good at it. But as we get good at it, one corporate contact is worth 400 individual calls. It's it's really where we need to be, and that's been the challenge. Is corporate contacts. You talk to somebody who was buying training for themselves, and there's a personality there. There's a connection there.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell them they're happy. You save them $20, they're happy. You talk to a corporation and you start talking about happiness, delightfulness. If you talk to an HR person, they're going to get it, and that's why my HR. If you were looking at the stats for those landing pages, the HR departments tend to convert better on that particular style of landing page where I have that big picture of the baby's face.
Mm-hmm.
They click on the link to see who the kid is, because by nature HR people tend to be a little bit more human versus people like Vincent, versus IT departments where it's a little bit more of a sarcastic. Like, I love IT people. I'm at heart and a bit of a nerd IT guy. I have that same sarcastic humor. So with them, what's interesting is once you get one-on-one with them, they love you. Like, we have people who love Shannon and love Martha, but to get into their corporate department, to get that first call, that's our big challenge. It's one of those things that keep me up at night, because I know, imagine, you're a copywriter, you can help someone sell copy, but when no one wants to talk to you about it and you can help them, how frustrating that is.
Right. It sounds like your customers aren't necessarily all aware of you. Is that right? Like, they don't even know you're out there. That the solution's
Absolutely.
there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's two things. They either don't know what we are, or they don't know how we can help them.
Okay.
So, 10 years, we're still one of the best kept secrets. People still say, wow. You know what? My favorite line is, wow, I wish you would have been my first call. So that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually played with the idea of using a tagline that said, "You'll love us so much, you wish we did more than sell training." That was a little too arrogant for our style, but that's yeah. People don't know we're here. If we knew we're here, we would be laughing.
For now, we're changing that, bro.
Exactly.
Awesome. Is that good, Jen? You got more?
I'm just curious, like as I asked earlier too, what questions are people asking you, like what in the sales process? What happens in that sales process that, the biggest questions that they have, because we want to make sure and address those.
Yeah, so it's interesting when I get in front of a corporate client, if I can get in front of them. I don't face a lot of. I think because my sales process involves a lot of what's the word I'm trying to use? Preemptive selling.
Okay.
So I handle objections preemptively.
Okay, I gotcha. So usually, like you
They
kind
were
of
like,
said earlier, they kind
"What
of more about not
is your discount
understanding.
going to be online?" Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was going to say, you know, when I go in there, if I'm talking to a big enough client, I know that they're probably getting a bigger discount than we're giving. We're giving 20% off, but if they're buying $100,000, they're getting a bigger discount. So I tend to talk about our discount in a manner that they won't ask so they can't say, "Oh, I get a better discount." Because what I say is, I'll say to them, "Listen, if you pool all your money and give it to one vendor, you're probably going to get a better discount than buying through us, but then you're stuck with that vendor, their schedules. However, we bring you this awesome discount across this huge, wide pool of training vendors. So if one doesn't have what you need, someone else does." So I preempt it, so I don't get a lot of those questions.
Right.
That if we were to phrase a question, well, that would be one. Another one would be, I guess the biggest question that we get is, why should I use you? Why can't I do this myself? And it's funny, I bring that up only because Lorna was emailing a client and said, "Hey, if you're looking for training, I'd be happy to, I'd love to help you with your search." And he emailed back saying, "Well, I can do that myself. I don't really need you. Thanks." It's a bad email on her part to send in the first place, but it was an interesting sentiment, right? And that we realized over the last 3 days that we do not really distinguish what value proposition using a broker like us, and we don't like the word broker because it's not really what we are, but we're almost more of a buying agent, but we act like a broker because the vendors pay us, but we do the billing, whereas a broker typically doesn't do the billing, so it's kind of we're a weird model.
Yeah.
Maybe that needs to be built in it. We're a weird model, but it works. I don't know. So that question is a good one. Now we like to answer it with our typical. There's a lot of reasons, right? One, it'll save you a lot of time. Certainly, you could search for VMware training, and when you see the 2,750,000 results that pop up, you can probably visit every one of the first page's website. You could probably figure out which ones actually sell VMware classes as opposed to in-house training, which ones happen during the week as opposed to being university courses in the evenings. You could probably go to their website, see if they have a class scheduled in the date that you want. You might be able to call them and find out if they actually have other students in it. And then you could obviously book your training and write a PO or whatever their system is. Or you can work with us. Tell us what you need. We will do all that. We have access to information they don't have. We know how many people are in a global knowledge training course. We have that data. We know how much. We can call and say, "Hey, what's the likelihood that's going to run?" And they'll say to us, "Well, we scheduled it 4 times and it never ran." You won't get that information. You call Global Knowledge and you book, they're taking your money. Seats available, they're taking your money. You might be the only one in. The class might be next month, and they know it's going to cancel. It doesn't matter. Through us, you don't get that. We know what's going on. The vendors work with us. And to me, that convenience, one of the biggest headaches IT people especially face is rescheduling. IT courses are 5 days long. You have to have someone cover for you. Sometimes you have to fly in or drive in. You make arrangements. That class cancels. That's a pain in the arse. Excuse my French.
Right.
So if we can help you avoid it, that's that. So that's the question, and that's a long-winded answer. One of them. There's a lot of other answers. We have feedback from 2,000 people in our system. That's trusted feedback. We understand quality. We audit the courses. There's a lot of things that we can pitch. But I think at the end of the day, that the lack of cancellations and the broader discounts, pretty much our big hit, saving them time. You don't mind if I get some water, do you?
Go for it.
You guys are recording. Hey, how do we know if there's any random strangers watching this since it's on air?
There could be, right?
Or there will be eventually. It says 0 viewers right now.
There we go. Okay.
But this is kind of like a secret meeting.
All right. We're good. I'll get back into the light so you can see me again. Okay. Maybe there's a better angle from here. Do I look thinner?
Yeah, you do. It always looks
every minute.
above,
Every minute.
right? Yeah.
The camera adds 10 pounds, man.
What else? Shoot, guys.
So I'm curious too on oh, it just went right out of my head. Never mind. If I think of it again, I'll let you know. Jason, do you have questions?
Yeah, I do. Okay,
Okay.
so good. So back to my. Wait, you guys still have my picture? I'll share it again.
Yeah, yeah. I love looking at your face. Let's go.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. Okay, so
Me
If you share, we don't have your screen though, Dan. There you go. Okay, but yeah, Jason, I'm on a Samsung phone here. I'm not seeing a whole lot.
oh, all right.
There we go.
Good luck. Anyways, the right side,
Yeah.
all those assets. Like we went over it, but like I need all that stuff. So
Yeah.
can you like are you
So I
gonna-
gave Evan all the already. I gave him the fonts. I gave Evan the branding.
Well, he sent me a PDF from a branding.
Did you get that stuff already?
He sent me a PDF from a branding company.
There was also in that file. There
No,
was
I
a
sent the
file.
whole
Yeah, in the zip file, there was a bunch of logos and
zip
stuff.
file with all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe I
If
didn't get
Photos
that.
of that I have to get for you, but
I can re-forward that to you. But can you go back? Wait, let me see that list again of yours, Jason. I'm curious. On your webpage, there were some testimonials. Do you have other testimonials besides
Yeah.
what was on?
I want all that stuff.
so those testimonials, if you every time you refresh the page, it pulls it. So those are just drawn right from our database. I go on, and if I like it, I hit a 1. I put a 1 in a field, and it starts showing up. I don't edit them.
Oh, wow.
So I probably have a couple hundred of them.
Yeah, we need those.
Yeah,
That's fine. It'll be a database dump, so it won't be very pretty, but I'll definitely send
that's
it to
okay. Yeah, cool.
Awesome.
you. Jason, I'm not in a position to make a note right now because I'm standing in the kitchen. So if
I'll make
one
it.
of you wouldn't mind
Yeah.
whatever I have to give you, put in a list, and I'll work on it right away.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Okay. Because that one's I'm the only one who can do that, so I have to do it as opposed to one of
Sure.
the team.
What's your email address?
Just send it to Louis, Louis,
Okay.
at lastminutetraining.ca.
Okay.
It's not the actual email address I use, but it's a forwarder.
All right. Right. So.
I have a quick question. Can I interject? Sorry,
Yes.
Jason.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the people that are going to your landing page, who's going to be going there? Is it going to be HR managers usually? Is it going to be a corporate person? I mean, and how are they? What's driving them there?
Yeah, so that's interesting. This is what was never clear what this landing page is going to be about, and I think what it ends up being about is going to determine that. So this is not a sales page, as far as I understand. It's more about a get to know us, trust us, feel like you want to work with us type of page.
Okay.
Which means it'll actually be a permanent page of our website, linked. It'll basically replace our About Us page or be connected somehow to the About Us page.
Okay.
So we won't be driving any specific traffic there. It would be cool, and the only reason I say this is because I'm not quite sure what to expect. Right?
Mhm.
It would be cool if we could include it if we could say, hey, if you want to know more about us, you should go to this page. So if it has our value proposition on it and all of that, then we will drive it. We will drive traffic more proactively to it, and we'll do that through our outbound sales, our follow-up emails, and
Okay.
through our social media, through our ad campaigns.
Okay.
Because some people buy LinkedIn ads like that. Try lastminutetraining.ca/WeLoveHR. That's actually used for LinkedIn campaign. Even though we have that same page a dozen times, we have IT pros, and so what we do is we buy ads that are targeted to titles on LinkedIn in geographic regions, and we drive the traffic that way. We also have Google AdWords that we drive traffic specific to training classes, so products. We don't have anything that we drive generic. We're a training broker, you should use us, because we don't even know how to advertise that, to be quite honest with you.
Right.
Because the service doesn't exist here, there's no model to follow.
Okay. So let's say someone.
We had a hard time figuring out we weren't even a consumer brand.
You weren't even a what? I'm sorry, I missed that.
What's that?
What did you say? You said you weren't even a what? I missed that. My internet went out.
we didn't even realize we weren't a consumer brand. When we started, we always thought we were a consumer, B2C, and we quickly realized we're not. We're B2B.
Right, right.
But it's a weird B2B because the product we sell is actually purchased and it's usually researched and shopped for by the actual consumer within the company. So it's a really weird.
Right. Okay. So let's say a corporate person lands on your about page and they really like what they see there. What's the call to action? Like what do you want at the end? Like what do you want them to do if they love what they're reading?
I guess it depends on who they are, right? At the end of the day, what we want from them, they want to buy training. We want them to use us. So they're either going to use us by booking online, or they're going to use us because they're a corporation, and we want them to email our agents and just say, our big companies don't really use our website. They just email, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for this, and we do the work. They don't even go on the website, some of them. So, but the end result is to book their training through us. That's the end result.
Okay, so we need some clarity. Like, how many hits come to your website on average, a month or whatever?
Yeah. So right now between 6,000 and 8,000.
Okay, so 6,000 and 8,000 a month, and of those 6,000 or 8,000, on most websites, an about page is the second highest or highest traffic area, but it might not be for your case. Like, there are exceptions, and so do you know how many people hit the about page?
No, I don't off the top of my head.
Okay, so we'll go with estimates.
I can look at it and live.
So we'll go with estimates, and usually like the home page is the highest amount of hits, and then about page is like 75% of that, or 50% of that. So we could say.
I would say we're in a slightly different situation, Jim.
Okay, go ahead.
We're in a slightly different situation because we have a lot of deep links, right? People get drawn. People don't land on our homepage as a starting point in most cases.
Okay, that's fine.
They're landing because they're either attracted by an ad, or and then the ad's driven them, or our organic search has picked up a course listing or a category page. As a matter of fact, before the Google penalty, that's what we rank for our category pages, our homepage. Unless you knew us as a destination site, why would you ever type in lastminutetraining.ca? So we didn't even optimize the homepage. We didn't care because we figured you either knew us or you were searching for products, so we wanted to optimize the product pages.
That's fine.
So
the concept.
I can get real numbers though within a few minutes of at the same time as I do the. I have analytics open in my browser on my desk right now, so I can get you stats for the About Us page and the homepage.
Well, it might be better to conduct this meeting like when you're at your PC instead of on a phone, since we're talking about mailing assets and looking at analytics but anyways, in the meantime,
I can do that. I'll just drive my. We have a shared office, so what I can do is I can try to get speakers. No, I can't because I'm using my phone.
No,
my desktop doesn't have. My desktop doesn't have a.
I'm just making a note of it. I'm just making a note, and I'll email you all the notes, and you can provide it later. And analytics of about page. But the overall concept is, if I land on your site from a deep link or from a Google search or from any random wherever, it's not uncommon for a human being, no matter who they are, to click on the about page to find out about the company they're about to do business with.
Right, I do it all the time.
Right, everyone does. So my point still kind of stands. Like, numbers aside, is the about page is generally reasonably high traffic.
Okay.
And it's reasonably high traffic from people who are actually interested in engaging you. Like, if you're like, oh, this company isn't for me, you never get to the about page. But if you're like, huh, interesting, I want to know more, I'll do business with you, or I might do business with you, then you go to the about page. So what we know from this is that the human beings, however they're finding your website, a good percentage of them are going to click on the about page, and they have something in mind. They have an agenda, right?
Mm-hmm.
And their agenda is to find out more about you and see if you're a good fit for them in their life.
Okay.
Okay, so with that in mind, we know what they're hitting the page, the kind of mindset they're hitting the page with. It's the same mindset of anyone with an about page. And by the end, you want them to take an action. And the action might differ, but I think in general, it sounded like you wanted them to contact you in some way. Like big companies will email you, and other people will register, but overall, it's contacting you.
Yeah, I would say that's yes. The answer to your question is yes.
Excellent. So that's much clearer than we started with. So, Jen, does that give you a clear understanding of what call to action is needed for the copy?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the only thing I would say is it sounds like they would either book right then and there, or they would email you. And I think I think for your about page, you kind of need one or the other. You know what I mean? Like, I think you need to decide, like, what is it, after they're reading that about page, it sounds like maybe emailing you is the best. So maybe there's, a link at the end of the page that says, email us now to find out more, or something. Or you could have another button on there that says, book time now, but it sounds like they're more likely to email you before they book time, before they actually book training with you. Is that right?
Yeah, well, they'd have to find a training to book for, right? So that becomes very transactional. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
you could offer an A or B choice. Oh, sorry, Louis.
But it sounds like they would probably just need to email you first, either way. So I think that's the thing to have on there is, like, click here to email us now.
Yeah.
To find out more and or book training. It could kind of be something like that.
So that's a really clear call to action.
I don't know if it's a form, contact me, or if it's an email link, but whatever one converts better, I guess, was what you'd want. I mean, we could split test that later.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Awesome. So that's good. That's clear. That's solid. So now we talk about your social media templates. I think we're cool on the about page.
What's that?
I said, is everyone cool on the about page?
I
Jen?
am. Yeah, I think I am for now. I might have more questions that I would email to you, Louis.
Yeah, that's fine. And Jason, I'm trying to find you the stats, but look at my top 10 pages, and it does not. The About Us is not part of the top 10, so I'm just kind of scrolling through as we talk. Sorry, we're not in the top 20 actually.
That's okay.
Right now, the Us page is not very widely used, but definitely the theory is there.
Yeah.
Page 27. So this month we've had 67 hits on that page, or 61 hits views on that page.
Out of 8,000 people?
No, out of 15,000 page views, that one's been 61.
That's like 0.0001%, man.
Yeah, so it doesn't get used a lot from our current users. Sorry, what are you looking for? Excuse me, guys. I just need to take care of thing for lunch here.
Okay.
Life goes on while we work together.
Yes, it does. Okay, so this makes me want to actually. I want to take I would like to look at your top 10 pages or top 3. Like, I'd like to see what those pages look like, and like if they're converting well.
It's unfair to look that way because like our homepage as a landing page has only had 157 visits. But you look at what our #1 pages are, their project, ITIL, TOGAF, well, guess what? We're running display ads for those, and we're running remarketing. So we're driving tons of traffic to those pages. So it's almost the stats aren't going to be as sorry guys, hold on a second. The stats may not be as telling you as much of a story as you're going to hope for, Jason.
Well, it sounds to me kind of like the About page might be the one the landing page we're developing is going to be more like for those people who really aren't aware of you yet at all, whereas other people are going to be more aware of you, finding you through the remarketing notes or the display ads. Yeah,
or we might drive the remarketing back to that for a while. I mean, that might be a good strategy for us. I mean, we do a lot of remarketing,
yeah.
People may land on a ITIL page, look for us, and then in the remarketing, may click them, and then they, maybe driving to that page helps them understand what we do. Because we don't remarket back to individual category pages. We have one remarketing campaign right now with one URL, and we drive them back to the home page. So maybe we're going to drive them back to the About Us page.
Yeah.
I think we've just launched these display ads, Jason. I think the problem we're having is maybe if we went back in history and looked at the stats, it'll give you a better, because I think we're getting a lot of text ads showing up on sites like AdSense sites like Evan used to have, and I think it's skewing the numbers completely.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's all good. So I'm gonna say we're good with the About page. We'll start working, and if we have any more questions, we'll ask them later. So then we can talk about the social media template. Is everyone cool moving on to that?
Yep.
Good. Okay, so social media template. Social media is really good for generating awareness. If you can get it engaged and shared, it can reach circles and networks like far and wide that you never reached previously.
Yes.
Even like the most boring corporate managers tend to share stuff on social media or have family that shares stuff on social media. So do you have, can I see...
Sorry, I'm listening. Okay.
Huh?
I'm listening, guys. I'm just trying to put headphones in, so I'll quit driving Martha crazy because she shares an office with me over there.
Right.
And she's hearing everything. Okay, so I'm good to go. I'm good though. Keep going. There we are. I got pink headphones on, so.
I love it.
I lost my pink headphones, so I'm jealous. True story.
Oh, here we go. You want to see? Yeah.
Sexy.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
So can we see any current social media?
Yeah, I mean, you can go to our pages. So if you go to our website, you can click on our Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus page. What you're going to see in the social media is a lot of content that was curated.
I don't see any links to it.
Go to the homepage.
Oh, is it only on the homepage?
No, it's on every page, but
okay,
it's fine.
Found it.
Yeah. So before August, you're going to see a lot of curated content, stuff that was found expressly for the purpose of trying to build a community of IT people. There was nothing to engage. That's why we were doing it more for social footprint, so that Google would look and say, "Oh yeah, these guys have a Google Plus following," and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It was a BS.
That's fine.
BS reasoning. But now we've started sharing different things. So if you look at our LinkedIn, which there's no link to our LinkedIn page, which is something I never realized until now.
Okay.
But if you're to go to LinkedIn, we spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. So we've got a couple groups we're starting, but we share things on there, and we usually use that as our launch pad. So we'll put a blog post up, and then we'll share that on LinkedIn, and then we'll tweet it, and we'll move from there.
Is it this? Can you see my link in the chat?
No.
It's in the chat. You don't see the link in the chat?
No.
Do you have?
I only see you in the chat.
Can you share your screen, Jason? Is that what you're trying to do? Because it's not there.
Well, I wasn't trying to share my screen, but I will try to share my screen. There. Click my screen.
Yeah, I see your screen, but I don't see the LinkedIn.
Oh, I see the link on the side. I got it.
Yeah. That's probably it. That's our "We Will Delight You" picture.
Well, I mean,
so that's
the only other one I saw was this. But this looks like a.
I can't read.
You can't.
Oh, that's
screen
me.
share it? Yeah. Yeah.
That's me.
So you have a personal page, but I found this corporate page.
Yeah, that's our corporate page. And,
okay, cool.
I don't know that, and so what we do is we share individually into our groups and stuff. I don't know that it all makes it onto the corporate page, but that's what Shannon's going to be focused on. So.
Okay, I guess I'll meet Shannon.
Yeah, she's still doesn't have a plan. She's creating a plan, but.
That's fine.
Hold on a second. Your boss is here.
Almost ready?
Are we almost ready?
Yeah.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think everything else I need is from Shannon anyways.
Can I
Half past? Good. 8 minutes? Yeah.
I'm done.
That's fine. Sorry, Jason, you threw me off when you got me to come to my desk because now when you say is that the LinkedIn page, I want to go look at it. So, yeah. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, so for social media, we don't have the plan in place. Now, what we've decided to do is start sharing. There's two things we've done. One is we've just started sharing stuff like the pictures of us in our costumes. And if we find interesting information, we'll share it. Some of our vendors offer free seminars, so I'll share that. And then we are writing our own blog posts now. And right now we're just trying to get one per day, or one per month. But our goal is to have one per week of original content of that our clients will like. And it's amazing because we've always had a blog. We've always paid for someone to write that crap content that's on there. 2 articles ago, I wrote an article about 10 ways to enjoy virtual training, and it's where our average article would get 37 views. It's at 260 something views.
Yep, I love it.
And I wrote one last week, 80%. Why 80% of IT training, or last month, why 80% of IT training will get canceled, and it's got 100 and something views.
I love it.
So the proof is in the pudding. When you write good content and share it, you're going to get people reading it.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we suck at writing, but anyway, that's what editors are for.
That's why you got Jen.
Right.
All right, cool. I just got to
Yes.
set up a meeting with Shannon. Jen, you have anything else?
I don't have anything right now. No.
Do you want to join me
Okay.
with Shannon? So we
Yeah.
can talk about social media.
Are you asking me?
All right,
or-
Yeah.
I'll have to get her to connect again, and I'll tell her you guys are going to ring her up. Okay.
I
Do you
can't.
have
Louis, listen.
Yeah.
I can't invite her because she's not on my Google Plus.
right? So I'm going to give you her Gmail address. Okay.
Yeah.
It's SHAIII
I.
PI.
P as in Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I as in iceberg.
Yeah.
E. I think there's 3 E's.
Okay.
If not, then there's 4 E's. But
Okay.
she's not at her desk right now, so I can't.
So if I got it correctly, can you see it in the chat there?
She's not logged into Google Plus, so. Oh, here. She's logged in over here.
Over there.
Here, actually. Hold on, this is still turned on. Oh, I don't know what I've done here, Jason. I don't use Google Plus. This is my first time, so
I know the feeling, bro.
it's confusing.
Even people who've used it 100 times feel like you.
Totally. Every time I use it, I have to restart my computer.
Literally.
I don't see anything here from you. But
Okay,
I'm on her personal account, so I don't want to snoop through it either.
Right. I haven't emailed her or anything.
Okay.
Uh,
That's a great photo of us.
okay, so
We're all in costumes.
I don't know. This is like a huge gamble. I'm gonna hang up with you guys and start a new hangout with Jen and Shannon, and hopefully it works.
Sounds good. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, well, and she may want to do it from her office, from her desk. So
Well, she can.
I need to find her. I think she's gone to get food. Is Shannon gone to get food right now?
Yes.
Oh, so
Oh.
Because you guys work through our lunch, we're buying food, and she's gone to get food.
Okay.
You might have to wait to talk to her, and you need to give me time. Evan wants me to go into another meeting, and I need to send you assets and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
I don't want to hold up the process, but what do I do?
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. In the meantime, like while we're waiting for Shannon,
Yep.
Jen and I are gonna discuss strategy on
Okay.
our own, and while that's going on, you're gonna send us as many assets as possible.
Okay.
Okay, so
All right.
watch your inbox.
Okay. But
right.
you know I'm going to be with Evan for the next half an hour.
Well, yeah. I mean, whenever you get to it.
Okay. All right, cool.
All
I'll
right.
get to it as soon as I can. Okay,
Awesome,
bye.
bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lots of love. Rise up.
Right.